Hello my dear students, welcome you all for the Samveda e-learning program. My dears, mathematics plays very important role in our daily life. We are going to perform many activities in case of mathematics in our daily life. Sometime we add, sometime we multiply, sometime we divide, sometime we count. So like this, we are going to directly or indirectly use the mathematics in our daily life. Data handling is also a very important tool in our daily life to carry out many activities. Let us learn what are the applications of data handling and how we are going to make use of the data handling in our daily life. I welcome you all again for the session data handling. You are going to learn this lesson in two different sessions. In the first session, you are going to learn about data, you are going to learn about how to handle the data, and you are going to learn also about tallies in data handling and data handling in our daily life situations. And in the second session, you are going to learn about pictograph and the method of representation of the data using pictograph, and also you are going to solve problems based on pictograph, and also you are going to learn about bar graph and the method of representation of data by using bar graph, and also you are going to solve problems on bar graph. My dear students, what do you mean by data? Data nothing but it is a set of collection of scores, or a data is a collection of numbers gathered to give some information. To get the particular information from the given data quickly, the data has to be organized first, then the organized data can be done in various ways. It is going to be analyzed in various ways by using different techniques and tools. Then data handling means, it is refers to the systematic organization of the data. It is systematic organization of the data. It is an important requirement in our daily life to complete the work smoothly and in an organized way. It is an important requirement in our daily life to complete the work smoothly and in an organized way. So, that is the advantage of data handling. There are 6 different stages in data handling. So, while performing the mathematical work in case of data handling, so we need to know about these 6 stages to understand more about data handling and also to carry out the data handling smoothly. The first thing is data has to be collected, that is collection of data. The second thing is data preparation and data input, data processing, data interpretation and data storage. So, these are the 6 different stages which we have to follow while analyzing a scores in case of data handling. Application of data handling in our daily life. In case of government records, there should be a population count, number of jobs, etc. required to be organized to make use of the grant to the public as well as to provide the jobs for the or to provide the employment for the people. So, government has to maintain the record. In case of schools, the school has to maintain a data of large number of children with respect to the personal informations and academic records, because it is very important while he is going to promote for the next classes. In case of library, a library consists of huge number of books. Those books are going to be arranged in a proper way according to their specifications, like general knowledge books, history book, economics books and some other various science and technology books, etc. For that, it has to be arranged and data of the arrangement of the various books need to organize. Then in case of medical store, we can see the varieties of medicines which are going to be given for the patients as well as the customers. It has to be arranged in a proper way. The position of the different medicines should be handled so that they can be provided to the customer without making them wait. For that, they have to maintain the data in a proper way and they have to arrange the medicines in a proper way. This is one of the application of the data handling. In case of a company has to look out its progress as well as the, if it is a manufacturing means they have to manufacture the good. For that they needed a human power. For that they have to appoint the employees. For all this kind of activity, it has to be maintain a record, that is employee record, their work details has to be maintained, so that a company can move towards the progressive way. The financial progress and growth, a company has to be maintain the records of the employee. In case of agriculture also, government has to be maintain a proper record regarding the agricultural activities which is carried out. A government can ensure the amount of the food produced by the agricultural activity and that can be utilized for the people and that can be provided for the people. The data handling in daily life situations. My dear student, let us learn how the data handling which is helpful to us in our daily life situation. Let us learn different situations with a different kind of problems. Let us learn the situation 1. The situation 1 says about how to handle the data. The teacher asked the student to give their choice of fruits out of banana, apple, orange and guava for the 20 student of his class, and the student chose it like this. Raghav chose banana, Bhavana chose apple, Monesh chose apple, Manoj chose banana, Amar chose guava and Donald chose apple, Fatima orange and Maria chose banana, Amita chose apple, Rashmika chose orange and Raman chose banana, Akhtar chose guava and Radha chose orange, Ritu chose apple, Farida guava, Salma chose banana and Anuradha chose banana, Kavita chose guava, Rati chose banana, Javed chose banana. So, the organization of the data is like this. The banana chosen by the following students and orange chosen by the following student like Rashmika, Fatima and Radha, and guava chosen by the following students and apple chosen by Monesh, Donald, Bhavana, Amita and Ritu. So, these selections by the students can be tabulated like this. The banana chosen by 8 student, orange chosen by 3 student, apple chosen by 5 student and guava chosen by 4 student. So, if you are going to list the requirement of the student like this, now it is easy to provide the fruits for the student easily. Let us learn the situation 2. In the situation 2, the teacher want to know the choice of the food of each student as a part of the midday meal program. The teacher assigned the task of collecting the information to the Rashmika. What does teacher do here? The teacher want to know about the choice of the food for the student in case of midday meal program. For that, he assigned a task for the collection of the information to the student Rashmika. Rashmika does so using a paper and pencil. After the arranging the choice in a column, she puts against a choice of the food like 1 mark for every student making the choice. Rashmika tabulated like this. The rice was chosen by some students and chapati chosen by some students. and both rice and chapati are chosen by some number of students. For that, Umesh suggested, after seeing the table, he suggested that the better method of counting the student. He asked Rashmika to organize the marks instead of 1 in a group of 10 as shown. See, after that, Rashmika made some changes. She grouped in terms of 10 and she got this number. There are 17 students choose at the rice and there are 13 students choose at the chapati and 20 students choose at both rice and chapati. But Monish made it simpler by asking her to make a group of 5 instead of 10 as shown. So, again she framed the table like this. Instead of 10, she framed she grouped the 5 students like this and she tabulated like this. But what does a teacher did or what does teacher suggested? The teacher suggested that 5th mark in a group of 5 should be used as a cross as shown by this. So, these kind of arrangement is called as a tally marks. Thus, the 7 going to be shown like this. There is a 4 vertical bars along with a crossbar and 2 other numbers are going to be represented like this. So, the 10 is going to be represented like this. And this is what we called tally marks, and after the listing the requirement with the help of tally mark, we are going to obtain table like this. Finally, Rashmika grouped the requirement of the student by using tally marks. Then we have to know about what is the meaning of tally marks. My dear student, tally marks are nothing but they are hash marks. They are the unary number system. They are from a numerals used for counting. They are most useful in counting or tallying ongoing results such as the score in a game or sport. So, tally marks are nothing but they are nothing but the hash marks. They are going to be used for counting purpose. Unary number system means the unary numeral system is the simplest numeral system to represent natural numbers. To represent a numbers n, or the symbol representing 1 is repeated in n times in case of unary numeral system. In the unary numeral system, the 0 is represented by empty string, that is the absence of a symbol. The number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, etc. are represented in a unary number as 1 bar, 2, 3, 4, 5 like this. Instead of writing the numbers, we are going to use the just the vertical bars to count the numbers. Counting the tally marks. In case of the counting tally mark, the count of 1 is represented by 1 mark like this, and 2 is going to be represented by like this, 3 like this, and 4 with the 4 vertical bars, so on. The tally marks are clustered in a group of 5 for readability. Tally marks are used to keep the track of numbers in the quickest possible way. Tally marks are used for counting and are represented as a set of 5 lines, which they are 4 vertical lines, 1 vertical line made of each of the first 4 numbers, and the 5th number is going to be represented by a diagonal line across the previous 4 numbers. The tally is going to be marked like this. You are seeing on the screen 1 to 4, the vertical bars are going to be drawn like this, and for the 5th, after drawing 4 vertical columns or vertical bars, 1 is going to be crossed diagonally, and for 6th you are seeing on the screen, for 7th also, for 8th also. So, after drawing the set of 5, we are going to draw other 3 vertical lines to list or to mark 8, and for 9 we are going to represent what you are seeing at the end. So, this is what we are going to write the numbers by using tally marks. For 10, we are going to represent like this. There is a 4 vertical bars along a diagonal crossing line, and another set of 4 lines along a diagonal crossing line indicates the count 10. Let us solve few problems based on the tally marks. Can you tell me the correct tally mark representation for counting 7? Yes, you are right. We have to draw or we have to write 7 by using tally mark like this. Can you tell me the correct tally mark representation for the counting number 10? Yes, you are exactly correct. We have to write the tallies like this to mark the 10 number. And can you tell me the correct tally mark representing for the 5 count? Yes, you are exactly correct. The 5 count is going to be represented like this by using tally marks. Now, let us learn the situation 3, recording data using tally marks. Ekta is asked to collect the data for the size of the shoes of 32 students in her class 6. Her findings are recorded in the manner shown below. See, Ekta had 32 students in her class. She asked to take the size of the shoe for the 32 student, and she taken the measurement and she listed like this. Now, let us go with the tally mark. So, for that we have to be frame the table like this. Shoe size, the shoe size start with 4 and end with 8. So, there are different sizes of shoe 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. We have to frame a table like this for tally marks, and after the writing of the tally marks, we have to write the number of students. Let us start with size number 4. Can you tell me how many data are there on size number 4? Look at the screen. 1, 2, 3 and 4. There are, yes, 5 numbers are there on size 4. So, we have to take the tally mark like this. There is a 4 vertical bars along with the 1 cross bar. So, number of students obtained is 5. Let us go with the size number 5. Can you tell me how many numbers are there? 1, 2, 3, 4 in the first line, and 6, 7 and 8. There are 8 data are there, or 8 entries are there on size 5. The 8 entries is going to be written like this. Now, come to the size 6. See the screen and tell me the number of data on number 6, size number 6. Yes, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yes, there are 10 entries on shoe size number 6. The 10 is going to be written like this on tally marks. And for the size number 7, let us see how many entries are there on size 7. Yes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There are 7 entries on size number 7, and on size number 8, let us see only 2 entries are there. So, like this we obtained the table by using tally marks. Is it understood? Are you able to write the tally marks for the raw data given in the question? Okay, let us learn one more situation. Try yourself. The question is like this. In a mathematics test, the following marks were obtained by 40 students. Arrange the marks in a table using tally marks. The entries are like this, and there are 2 questions along with this table. The first question is, find how many students obtained marks equal to or more than 7. How many students obtained mark below 4? So, these are the 2 questions related to the table which is given in the question. Shall we try together? Yes, let us find how many students scored 1 marks. Yes, there are 2 students scored 1 mark. It is going to be represent like this. Now come to the number of students scored 2 marks. There are 3 entries. Then what about the tally for the 3 entries? Yes, tally is like this, and number of students are 3. 3 marks scored by the student. Here there are 3 entries for 3 marks, and which is going to be represent like this. In case of tally, we have to write the 3 vertical bars, and number of students will be 3. Now come to the 4 marks scored by the students. Let us see the number of entries regarding the 4 marks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There are 7 entries for the 4 marks. So, therefore, how to write by using tally marks? There should be 4 vertical bars and one a diagonal one, and another 2 has to be written like this. This tally represent number 7. Now come to the 5 marks scored by the students. Can you tell me how many entries are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, yes, 5 and 6. There are 6 entries for 5 marks. It is going to be represent like this, 5 vertical column with a horizontal one, and this represent 6 marks. Now come to the 6 marks scored by the students. Let us see the number of entries on 6 marks. Yes, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. There are 7 entries on 6 marks. 7 entries can be represent like this. Yes, you are able to mark the tallies on the numbers. Now let us count the number of students scored 7 marks. 1, 2, 3, yes, this is 4 and 5. Yes, there are 5 students scored 7 marks. This 5 is going to represent like this. Now come to the 8 marks scored by the students. Let us see the number of entries. 3, 4. Yes, there are 4 entries on marks 8. Now come to the marks 9. Let us see how many entries are there on marks 9. Let us find how many students scored marks 9. Yes, there are 3 students scored marks 9. So, therefore, this is how we have to be prepare the table by using tally mark, and data has to be collected like this or organized like this. Let us recall how we have formulated the table by using tally marks. That represents 7, yes, 5, 6, here there is a 5, 6, 7, there are 7 entries, and 5, and here there is only 4, and here there is only 3. This is how we are going to mark the tallies on the data. So, these kind of the tally marking help us to organize the data in a proper and quickest and easiest way. Now, there is a question related to this. We have to answer it. Find how many students obtained marks equal to or more than 7. So, first question asks us to find the number of students scored 7 and more than 7 marks. Here let us see how many entries are there on 7. Here there are 7 marks, 8 marks and 9 marks. The entries are 5 plus 4 plus 3, totally the 12 students scored 7 and equal to 7 or more than 7. The second question is how many students obtained marks below 4. So, for this there are 3 entries. Below 4 means here we have 4. So, below 4 means 3 plus 3 plus 2 or 2 plus 3 plus 3, that is 8 students scored below 4 marks. So, this is how we can interpret the data. You have learned the method of the organization of the data by using tally marks. Now, we are able to recall the things what we have learned today. So, we have learnt about data. A data is a collection of numbers gathered to give some information. To get particular information from the given data quickly, the data has to be organized first. The organization of the data can be done in various ways. Data handling means data handling refers to the systematic organization of data. It is an important requirement in our daily life to complete the work smoothly and in an organized way. There are 6 stages in data handling: data collection, data preparation, data input, data processing, data interpretation and data storage. And there are many applications in data handling. We can see in the government sector also. The government has to maintain the record of population count, the number of jobs, etc. It is required for the government to provide the facilities for the people. And in school, the school has to maintain the data of large number of children with respect to their personal information and academic records to promote for the next classes. And in case of library, the data of arrangement of various books need to organize to provide the books for the readers. In case of medical store, the position of the different medicines should be handled so that they can be provided the customer without making them wait and without making the confusion. And in case of company, employee record and their work details has to be maintained in a proper way for the better growth for the company as well as to provide the facilities for the employees. And in case of agriculture, the government as well as farmer has to maintain a proper records regarding the production of the agricultural products and agricultural goods to provide the agricultural product for the customers as well as the public. And you all learn the different method or different situations in data handling by taking few examples, and you are able to solve the questions based on the data handling in case of daily life situations which is given in the exercise. Now, based on today's concept, I am going to give you some homework as a home assignment and solve the problem and show to your teachers. The questions are: Catherine threw a dice 40 times and noted the number appearing each time as shown below. Make the table and enter the data using tally marks. Find the number that appeared, the minimum number of times, the maximum number of times. Find those number that appear an equal number of times. So, this is the first question, and there is another question. Following is the choice of sweet of 30 student of class 6, laddu, barfi, laddu, jalebi, etc., which is given. What you have to do? You have to arrange the name of the sweet in a table using tally marks, and the second thing is what you have to do means which sweet is preferred by the most of the student you have to be calculate. These are the two questions for a home assignment. Get the answer for these questions and show to your teachers. Thank you all for your nice participation in the class. Let us meet in the next session. Till then, have a nice time, stay safe, keep learning. Thank you all so much.